Hi, I'm Sidney Hopper, Chairman of the Lubbock Citywide Branding Committee. And today I'm with Ryan Short. Ryan is founder of CivicBrand. CivicBrand is the firm that has helped leading this campaign for us. So Ryan, tell us a little bit about, maybe start with yourself, about CivicBrand, and then about the campaign that's getting underway.
Yeah, so first of all, appreciate it. This is our second time back in Lubbock for this project, so we're super excited about it. Yeah, CivicBrand, we were founded in 2008, so been around for about 13 years, and we're an agency that focuses exclusively on city branding, civic branding. So we work with communities across the country, and really we feel our role is to not come in and say, this is what you are, but to come in and really listen and help understand what makes Lubbock great and really just help tell that story.
Great. So I know that there's been a lot of work already done. We started this, help me, 5-6 months ago whenever we first started the conversation. So can you kind of share with everybody a little bit of the work that's been done to this point?
Yeah. So the first half of the project is really a lot of behind the scenes work. So we're doing a lot of research, and we're getting close to that, kind of turning that corner where the project becomes a little bit more public. So we've been doing a lot of just studying what's already out there, a brand audit of all the different things that Lubbock has going on, the different ways that you guys are currently communicating, but then really doing a lot of listening. We've been doing a lot of focus groups, interviews, one-on-ones. We've been here talking to people. We love just interacting with people naturally too, just going into shops, meeting the shop owners, just talking to people as we encounter them. So we're kind of rounding the middle of the project right now. So we've done a lot of listening and research, and we're starting to kind of turn that corner. We're going to reach out to the greater public. We've got a public survey that's just now launched on brandinglubbock.com. So we definitely want to encourage everybody to go to the project website and take that survey. It's not going to be the only opportunity to engage, because that's really what we're passionate about, and what we think this project needs is, kind of leave no stone unturned and really talk to everybody in the community that we can.
Yeah, and maybe to add on to that a little bit, I know one thing we've talked about with the committee was how important it is that this effort is inclusive of the entire city. So can you talk just a little bit more about how we're going to reach everybody and make sure that everybody's voice is heard, and at the end of the day we've got a project that represents the city?
Yeah, for sure. So I think when people hear public engagement, they kind of think public meeting, like a city public meeting, right? And I think the problem with a public meeting is, you only get whoever wants to show up to a public meeting. And sometimes, somebody, maybe they're working, maybe they're home with kids, maybe a public meeting doesn't sound very fun, right? And so they don't want to engage. And so we really try to focus on equitable public engagement, which to us means you have to go where they are. You can't expect them to show up at our meetings. We can't expect them to come even take our surveys. We want them to, but through this process, we're really going to be making an effort to define who are the different groups, who are the different audiences that make Lubbock great and that are part of Lubbock, and what's the best way to reach them. And so a lot of times that's going to be going to them through different channels. Some groups we can reach via social media. Some groups we can reach through a focus group, but other groups we're going to have to, connect with cultural groups, churches, and go directly to them so that their voice is heard.
Yeah, very important. So can you kind of let everybody know, so kind of what the next steps look like as we get things going?
Yeah, so like I said, the public survey just launched. As we kind of end the public survey phase, we're going to be looking at who we've heard from. There is a section of the survey that asks, age, demographics, what you're involved with, do you live in Lubbock? And we're going to use that data to see who we haven't heard from. And so we'll kind of do that extra level of equitable engagement where we go to them. But then coming out of that, we're going to hold a public event, probably early to mid-fall, September-ish. And so, don't have any details on that yet, but going to be having a public event in downtown that we're going to want to engage with the public and start to show them some of the different ideas and options and things that we're exploring. And so that's where I think the second half of the project is where it starts to get fun, because you get into some creative stuff and messaging, and yeah.
Yeah, well, we're excited. We know everybody is excited to start seeing some of the work being done now come to fruition. So is there anything else that you'd like to add that we haven't talked about the project at this point?
No, I mean, I think the last thing I would just say is, this isn't a rebrand. This isn't, we're not trying to change who Lubbock is or take Lubbock in a different direction. We're trying to truly uncover what is it that already makes Lubbock great, and find those individuals and those stories, find those common threads through all those different stories, and just tell that story. So to do that, we have to reach people. And so we have to have people get involved. We have to have people reach out to us. So through that project website at brandinglubbock.com, there's a contact form if people want to message us, we're wanting and willing to talk to everybody in the community.
Well, good. Well, we appreciate you and your team being on the ground in Lubbock. We know this is your second trip out here, and as you shared with us the first time you were out, the important thing is if we don't tell our story, somebody will. So we appreciate you helping us tell our story, and we're excited to see this thing get rolling, and appreciate your time today.
Yeah, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Ryan.